And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and today I am reviewing Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl, released in 2003. Yes, we have made it to Pirates of the Caribbean, our most recent now movie marathon. We watched all five of them. Hopefully, there's not a sixth one out. I know there's a sixth one that's in. Apparently, it's in development hell because of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial and a bunch of other stuff. But there's five of them. I'm reviewing all five. Next set of movie reviews. So get ready, get hyped, get excited. Got a lot of thoughts on this movie though. I have been a long time coming. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? I want to say right off the bat that, and this is a bit of a recurring theme throughout these movies. It paints a very this movie paints a very serious picture. The lighting, the kind of the music, some of the dialogue, it all paints. It all feels wants to be very serious, very straightforward, focused, all sort of that, but it all ends up being like pretty goofy. It doesn't really like some of the way the characters deliver their lines, or some of the ways that they shoot some of the scenes, or kind of stuff like that, and kind of like the action shots especially, all make the movie feel actually very goofy and funny versus the serious tone that it seems like that they were intending. Maybe that was the direction. Maybe this is exactly how they intended it to go. Maybe they wanted it to be goofy, and instead that's not what people think, but really it is what they think. I don't know. But could not go much farther without talking about the main character in pretty much all these movies, and he is one of the greatest movie characters that I've ever seen in my life, Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. I heard a lot about this guy. I was growing up when these movies were coming out. They were big part of like Disney promos at the time. And a lot of people were talking about Captain Jack Sparrow as this guy, and like I've never seen the movies. I didn't care to see them. I didn't know what to think. Whatever. But my God, is he so good, so good. He does an amazing job. Johnny Depp does of playing Captain Jack Sparrow. He is the great one-liners, great comic relief, great just acting overall. I would go so far as to say that he is really the only one that is maybe putting in 100% effort all the time with his lines. Most of them are giving about 90 to 80%, whereas Johnny Depp is giving 100% all the time. And he really just does a good job of embodying the Captain Jack Sparrow character, which I really, really like. He's got the charisma, he's got the humor, he's got everything, and it's really, really, really nice to see. I had some high expectations going in because of all of that, because of the fact I've heard so much about him, because he's so well revered. And I'll talk about him more in the other reviews, but I gotta say, all five movies, he is just excellent. Delivers pretty much to the max. I also really want to give a good comment to the fact that how good of a job in this movie in particular, not so much in the other movies, we'll get to that. But in this movie, I thought they did a really good job with outfits, kind of slang, dialogue, language, and really just overall setting from the time period, the architecture, the vibe, the moods, and all that sort of stuff. I thought they did really, really good. I honestly, in this movie, felt like they took a lot of inspiration from Assassin's Creed, which I have played a few of those games now, and this is not something that I think I really felt in any of the other movies. But this one, to me, felt like kind of they were going off some Assassin's Creed inspiration. The time periods are about the same. I think the places are relatively similar to or close together. And there's Assassin's Creed, there is a pirate game, Black Flag, but there's also other games that are not. But I thought, in a way, it felt more like, you're the rebel character, and with Jack Sparrow, and you're going through these towns and trying to avoid people, but also trying to like do business and all that sort of stuff. It follows a very similar premise to Assassin's Creed, which was kind of interesting to see. I don't know exactly, again, what inspiration they took from that, if any. Or did Assassin's Creed get inspired by this? Who knows? But it was pretty cool to see. Another really, really good thing that I gotta say is soundtrack is awesome. Soundtrack is really, really good in all these movies, I would say. The soundtrack is good. The pirate music is really, really well done. There's some really, really good notes and scenes. Sorry, my back is hurting, so I'm trying not to lean over too much. So I'm going to lean the back this way. And the soundtrack, yes, it's a bop. A bop all the way through, especially during like the rebel action sequences of the movie. But there's also some really good help setting like an emotional tone to it as well, which I really, really liked. So, good work there. I think that the music is, one of the more consistent strong points of these movies outside of Johnny Depp. And it's definitely worth maybe giving a listen to the soundtrack outside of the movie. I don't think you'll be that disappointed. I gotta say, that the women, Elizabeth, she's good looking. And like I've said it before, a lot of cool action sequences, chase sequences, raids, battles, wars, both on sea and on land. There's some really, really good action sequences throughout this movie. It's not something that you can necessarily say for the other movies. There are some ones that I think do it better, but also some that do it worse. But this movie, I think, is was at a really good base standard for future movies, as far as action sequences go. There's some things though that I didn't. This movie's far from perfect. There's some things that I want to point out. The parlay thing is just stupid. They even call it out how stupid it is in this movie, but continue to use it anyways. Where it's just like, would pirates really honor parlay? Would they ever really do that? If it was just like two pirates trying to rob somebody and they say parlay, would they really honor it? Would they really? I don't think they would. And this movie, like I said, they make a very big point saying, you're pirates, why would you do this? Just fucking kill me. Or fucking rob me. Whatever. Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't they do that? It was really dumb. Really dumb thing that I think is just shoehorned in for extra shit. I didn't like it. Also, when they dropped Jack Sparrow back off at that island with Elizabeth, did it never think to any of them maybe make more sense to drop him off at a different location this time, seeing that he got off the island the first time and wreaked more havoc? Wouldn't it make more sense to do that shit? It's pirates, man. Sometimes they're really smart. Sometimes they're really dumb. I also love how there's a full moon every night. With no fail at all. That makes sense. And then also kind of just the whole thing about these like zombie pirates getting overthrown or like going to war with the British Empire is just a wild concept to me. It's the British like Parliament, British Empire, whatever, the military, that British military. Their presence in all of these movies is really bizarre and most times doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This movie as well, it's just really, really weird how you've got this whole plot and like partway through the movie they just completely abandon the British. They don't even show them, talk to them really at all. And it's just this whole thing with the pirates and Elizabeth and Jack Sparrow and all these guys doing their thing, and they establish this really big plot and linear time slots and everything like that. And then at the end of the movie, the British just come back and are just involved again, and you have to attack them, and it's really, really weird. And I like to think that would have made a cooler history class back in schooling days, if that is actually how it went down. I gotta say. But that's all. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say about this movie. It's all right. Like, Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow is really good. I thought some of the other characters were good. Some of them are just it's okay. I don't know. Nothing else was super. Nobody else really super crazily stood out to me. No real scenes stood out to me. And it could just be this is the first movie I saw after watching No Way Home, which had a level of impact on me that I haven't had in several years. So maybe that's why. But to me, I thought it was okay. Like, I didn't hate it. It was all right. And that's why my score, I think, is gonna be a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for this first movie. I thought it was good. Cool stuff. Good acting. I like the scenery. I like the music. But 7 out of 10, I think, is a good spot for it. So that's gonna do it though for this review. If you've ever seen this movie, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more movie reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.